Private Wojtek was born near the Iran-Iraq border in early 1942, but orphaned while still a tiny cub. Wojtek was found abandoned by a young shepherd boy. Some weeks later, the boy came across the second Polish corps, who had made their way to Iran after they had been released from the slave camps of Siberia following the Soviet invasion of German-held East Poland in 1939. The boy sold Wojtek, hidden within a small wriggling bag, to a lieutenant called Anatol for some local currency, a chocolate bar and a Swiss army knife. He was then given to a young soldier called Piotr, Peter in English, to look after. Peter fed the cub with condensated milk from an old vodka bottle and kept him in his quarters. But soon Wojtek, as the soldier named him, meaning he who is happy to battle, became a central part of life in the camp. He seemed to pick up Polish instructions quickly and was taught to salute when greeted by a senior officer. The soldiers enjoyed his company and Wojtek returned the compliment, albeit causing a certain amount of mayhem. But he also came in handy as a security guard. One night, an Arab spy broke into the camp and was about to make off with weapons stored in the bathhouse when he came across Wojtek taking his daily shower. The terrified man froze on the spot and was then captured. When the time came for the Polish troops to join the Allies in North Africa, prior to their posting in Italy alongside the British VIII Army in 1944, it was decided that Wojtek would go too, but pets were forbidden to accompany the army during fighting, and the only way to provide him with rations and transport was by enlisting him officially as a soldier in the 2nd Polish Corps, serving with the 22nd Artillery Supply Company, and so was given his own paybook, rank and serial number, and lived with his fellow men in tents or in a special wooden crate when on the move. It was at the Battle of Monte Cassino between January and May 1944 that Wojtek won the greatest affection from his fellow soldiers and made it inevitable that he would one day become a screen star. The role of Wojtek's transport corps was to carry 100-pound crates of artillery shells from lorries to an advanced battery position. Monte Cassino was a decisive battle and one of the bloodiest. Allied troops launched 4 assaults against the Nazi and Italian-held line, the last of which involved 20 divisions attacking along a 20-mile front. Eventually, the German stronghold was defeated, but at a high cost. Some 55,000 Allied soldiers died, compared with 20,000 German casualties. But Wojtek's actions were inviolable, and from that day forward, the depiction of a bear carrying an artillery shell became an official emblem of the 22nd Company. After the war, many Poles, unable to reluctant to their own country with Stalin in control, settled in Scotland among the 22nd Transport Corps, who came to Berwickshire. Wojtek was one of them, but not before leading a victory parade down the Edinburgh Princes Street. Accustomed to life at Winfield Airfield near Hutton in Scotland, Wojtek enjoyed swimming in the River Tweed, but still helped out when asked, carrying logs and heavy boxes. But following the disbanding of the Polish army in 1947, it was decided that Wojtek would be relocated to Edinburgh Zoo. According to reports, he walked into his new home of his own accord. He was treated well, given tea with milk every day, and occasionally a nip or two of vodka or a snack of beer. He responded best when spoken in Polish, and his former army colleagues in Berwickshire used to visit him, always insisting, much to the horror of the zookeepers, that they would be allowed into his enclosure for a cuddle or wrestle. After 16 years in the zoo, Wojtek died on December 2nd, 1963, aged 1922. The Wojtek Memorial Trust have commissioned a memorial to honor Wojtek and remember the courage of all Polish soldiers. It is located in Princess Street Gardens in Edinburgh, Scotland. The memorial took the form of a life and a quarter bronze statue of a Polish soldier with Wojtek and a 4-meter low relief pictorial panel set on a granite platform. The ambition was to source the granite from Poland so that the soldier and the bear can stand on a piece of Polish homeland. The sculpture is Alan Beatty Harriet and the Castor Powder Hall bronze in Edinburgh. Its setting has been designed by Raymond Muszyński of Morris and Steedman Associates. The figures are standing, waiting to engage with the passers-by. It is an important part of the story for this most sociable bear and his keeper. Wide stone steps provide a welcome sitting point for which to view the gardens. The pictorial panel animates the story and provides a sensitive new feature in the gardens. It is also cast in bronze. Planting behind the panel of beech and hawthorn reflect the flora of the country lines in Berwickshire, where Wojtek lived at the Winfield camp. Hawthorn is the symbol of love and beech is the symbol of prosperity and friendship. On the side, we see an inscription dedicated to the Poles who fought for freedom, and on the back, a tribute plaque detailing the patrons. The artistry of the sculpture can be appreciated from Princess Street looking down into the gardens at the terrace level as a walking encounter with the bear and his keeper, and looking up from the lower path to see the statue in a natural elevation. Furthermore, the aspect to the castle will be reminiscent of that which faced the soldier at the final battle of Monte Cassino in May 1944 as they fought their way up the slopes, assisted by Wojtek. Undoubtedly, Wojtek's memorial is my favorite in the park, and I hope you enjoyed it too. You can see all of my 3D models on my Sketchfab profile, link in the description. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment and a thumbs up. See you next time.